Hello and welcome to another 3D comparison video. So in today's video I want to address this comment. Louise asked 4 days ago, how much do you have to wait for the surface? So this comment is for the video where you create solid bodies within Catia, starting with STL files. So it's the video with the baby Yoda, one of my most popular videos within this channel. So let's see, how long does it take to generate this automatic surface over here. So in order to showcase that, I already have started to process an automatic surface on this STL file. As you can see, Catia is not responding. So for this file I started this almost 1 hour ago. If I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna see the parameters that I try to apply for the automatic surface. So we see for the mean surface deviation I went really low with 0.01 millimeters. For the surface detail I went with 100,000 surface detail elements, and also with the target ratio I went again really high with 99. Even though I didn't have this checked, full internal tangency, this will also increase the processing time, but all the values over here are quite, let's say, high, so they will require a lot of processing time. And one of the downsides of Catia V5 is that the software is only using a single core. So as you can see, I have an older processor, i7 5th generation, and only core 5 is let's say active on this. And since this is an older i7 generation laptop, it doesn't have that high frequency. So there are some even older i7 like 4th generation, but they don't have so many cores, and they have a higher frequency. So this is really important for Catia. This is why it's not recommended to have Xeon computers for Catia, since you will have a lot of cores on your processors, but the top let's say clock for that for those will be not very high. So since Catia is not using multi-thread, it's just recommended to have, let's say, higher frequency processor with fewer cores. This is the reality. This is one approach, but you can also simplify the STL model. So this dragon model, let me take a look. It's this one again from Arctic 3D, the dragon model. It was scanned with Artec Leo. You can also download the file over here on artec3d.com. You're gonna see the 3D models, arts and design, and this is the STL file. And I also simplify that. I use another software, but you can do the same in Catia using the decimate tool, which you can find over here within Digital Shape Editor. So it's important, if you have a decimated model, it will be a lot easier for Catia to process the automatic surface. But keep in mind that if you will heavy, let's say, decimate the model, you will lose a lot of detail on that model. For example, if I'm going to zoom in on the head of the dragon, I'm going to select this one and I will go to properties, and within the graphic area I'm going to change the color for this model, let's say yellow for example. And now with yellow we have the high detail 3D model. If I'm gonna hide this and I'm gonna show this model, so this is heavily decimated, somewhere around 5% from the initial model, and we see a lot of details on the dragon are missing. So if I'm gonna show that again, I'm gonna hide the simplify model. We have the detail for the eye and other elements, and all those are gone within the decimation since it was quite heavily decimated. And I also created some automatic surface. So for example, this one, if I'm gonna go within definition, I will see the parameters, and this had a mean deviation of 0.1 starting with a simplified model. Also, I went with a target ratio of only 90% for this one, and for the surface detail only 1000. So quite a few surfaces that define this model. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna hide that, and for the next one, which will be this model, I'm gonna go into definition, and I see that it's currently hidden, so I'm gonna hide that. And with the second automatic surface, I went again with 0.5, but for the surface detail, I went up to 5000, and I also checked this full internal tangency for the model. And the processing time for this automatic surface was quite low, so only a few minutes. And this is, let's say, the best option if you don't want to wait a lot. For example, this one with the dragon, from my example, it can take even several days, and at the end, Catia will not be able to define that surface, since there are so many details on that STL file. If I'm gonna go within the information for that model with information button, we're gonna see that the original STL files has 5 million triangles, and also we see the number of points on 2.5 million points. So that's a little bit too much for Catia to process. So I hope that you find this video useful. If you are also trying to convert some STL files with Catia automatic surface, keep in mind that it's highly recommended to decimate your model. You can use that within Catia, but you can use other softwares like Blender, 3ds Max, or other specialized software that can enable STL decimation. So that will reduce the overall number of points that generate the model. You will lose some of the surface detail, but you will be able to process those within Catia. Okay. Also, if you find this video useful, please feel free to subscribe, and if you have some questions regarding either Catia or other software solution that I discuss on this channel, feel free to leave me a comment, and when I will have time, I will address those with a video just like this. Thanks for watching. Bye.